Imagine a city in ruins, streets turned into battlegrounds, and every building contested as though it were the last stand. This was Stalingrad, a battle so fierce it changed the course of World War II, but what made this fight the turning point against Nazi Germany? How did ordinary soldiers endure unimaginable horrors to defend their homeland? Join us as we dive into the epic Battle of Stalingrad, a story of resilience, strategy, and sacrifice that shaped the fate of the world. By the summer of 1942, Nazi Germany seemed unstoppable. After their swift victories across Europe, Hitler's sights turned to the Soviet Union. His goal? To capture the oil-rich Caucasus region and strike a devastating blow to Soviet morale by taking Stalingrad, a city bearing Stalin's name. For Hitler, Stalingrad was more than a strategic target, it was a symbol of prestige. But for Stalin, losing the city was unthinkable. Both sides committed massive forces, setting the stage for one of the deadliest battles in human history. In August 1942, the German Sixth Army, led by General Paulus, reached the outskirts of Stalingrad. Bombers reduced the city to rubble, but the destruction only turned the city into a defensive stronghold. The Soviets, under General Vasily Chukov, adopted a brutal strategy, fighting the Germans block by block, room by room. This urban warfare, later called Rattenkrieg or Rat War, tested the limits of human endurance. The front lines were so close that artillery and airstrikes were often useless. Turning every street into a deadly trap, imagine freezing temperatures, dwindling food supplies, and constant enemy fire. For the soldiers, survival became a daily miracle. The Germans faced an enemy who wouldn't retreat, and the Soviets held their ground, knowing there was no escape. Civilians, too, were caught in the chaos. Many hid in basements or worked tirelessly to support the war effort, enduring bombings and starvation. For them, surrender meant death or deportation, leaving no choice but to resist alongside the soldiers. As the harsh winter of 1942 set in, the Germans found themselves overextended and unprepared for the Soviet counteroffensive. In November, the Red Army launched Operation Uranus, a massive encirclement maneuver that trapped the German Sixth Army inside Stalingrad. With their supply lines cut and no reinforcements in sight, the Germans faced starvation and constant attacks. Hitler's refusal to allow a retreat turned the encirclement into a death sentence. By February 1943, after months of relentless fighting, General Paulus surrendered, marking the first major defeat for the Wehrmacht. The Battle of Stalingrad was a turning point in World War II. The Soviets suffered over 1 million casualties, while the Germans lost an entire army. But beyond the numbers, Stalingrad shattered the myth of Nazi invincibility and gave the Allies hope. This battle wasn't just about territory, it was a symbol of resilience, showing the world that the Axis powers could be defeated. The victory at Stalingrad marked the beginning of the Soviet push westward, eventually leading to the fall of Berlin and the end of the war in Europe. The Battle of Stalingrad was a testament to the human spirit's ability to endure and triumph against unimaginable odds. It was a story of sacrifice, determination, and the price of freedom. What lessons can we learn from this epic struggle? How did this battle shape the world we live in today? Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's honor the memory of those who fought. If you found this story as compelling as we did, give this video a thumbs up, share it with history enthusiasts, and subscribe for more in-depth stories from the past.